Hello, friends. In previous uh, discussion, we have seen aspect of human rights in Indian context. We are going to continue with the same point, whatever we have discussed so far, in which almost 2 points were covered. One was socialistic principle of directive principle and Gandhian ideology. So these two were covered. And third one is liberal or intellectual principles, which are mentioned in the Indian Constitution under Directive Principles of State Policy, to which we call DPS. So, in these principles, actually, it reflects the ideology of liberalism, wherein liberty is given to the individuals or to the people, as the term itself talks about liberty. The word liberalism talks about liberty of individuals, particularly. Under various articles, they direct the state to secure for all citizens a uniform civil code throughout the country. We all know that when it comes to criminal code, it is universal to all, uniform to all. Like if someone commit any criminal crime, like robbery or kidnapping or any such kind of things, which is criminal in nature, it is applicable equally to all people, irrespective of their religion, caste, gender, or anything else. However, when it comes to civil laws, civil code, we have different civil laws for different communities in India. And therefore, the real challenge arises, right? In order to tackle that, Constitution desire or demand a uniform civil code which will be equally applicable to all the people in the country. It was the provision which is made in Article 44, which exists even today. However, it is not fully implemented till this year, that is 2022-23. In future, government may introduce uniform civil code whenever appropriate time will be there. Next article, which is 45, it talks about providing early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. However, right to education is provided wherein the children who are above 6 years and below 14 years, they are provided with something called as right to education, in which equal or free and compulsory education is being provided by the government. It also talks about organizing agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. It protects the monuments, places, and objects of artistic or historic interest which are declared to be of national importance. So it's all about maintaining our monuments and protecting the historical legacies. It also talks about separating judiciary from executive in the public service. Whenever it comes to judiciary, it is expected that judiciary should function independently without any kind of interference of the government, so that real and true justice will be delivered in the nation. Article 51 deals with promotion of international peace and security and maintaining healthy relations between different nations. It creates a sense of obligation for international law and treaties. Whatever disputes are there, those all disputes are supposed to be settled by the process of arbitration. By 42nd Amendment Act in 1976 added 4 new directive principles to the Indian Constitution. This is Article 39, deals with securing opportunities for healthy development of children. Children are supposed to be taken care of. Article 39A, which talks about promoting equal justice and providing free and legal aid to the poor. Article 43A, it advises to take steps to secure the participation of workers in the management. And Article 48A, it talks about protecting and improving the environment so as to safeguard the forest and wildlife in the country. There are few facts which we need to review. First one is that new DPSP under Article 31, Article 38 was added by the 44th Amendment Act in the year 1978, which requires the state to minimize inequalities in income, status, facilities, and opportunities. So again, it's a kind of socialistic approach wherein the gap between rich and poor is supposed to be minimized. 86th Amendment was made in the year 2002, which introduced right to education under Article 45. So elementary education, which was fundamental to every child, was introduced, and right to education became the right of every child. New DPSP under Article 43B was added by 97th Amendment Act of 2011 relating to cooperative societies. It's all about promotion of voluntary formation, autonomous functioning and democratic control, and professional management of cooperative societies. And the Indian Constitution under Article 37 makes it clear that DPSPs are fundamental in the governance of the country. So whenever it comes to governance, DPSP is there to provide a kind of direction, kind of trajectory which shows the way for the appropriate functioning of the government. Let's take a look at importance of DPSP. The first one is that it talks about socio-economic rights. Whenever it comes to DPSP, socio and economic rights are extended to the society. Along with that, sustainable development is envisioned. Development is not something which is temporary. Real development is that wherein it will be permanent, it will be long lasting, and without harming to the environment. So both things are supposed to be balanced. Whatever inequalities are there, they are supposed to be eradicated. Public accountability is supposed to be there. Whenever government functions, whenever government takes any actions, those all actions and bills are supposed to be kept accountable to the people. Fair market is expected, wherein every individual will get equal rights so that they can promote their own business and earn their livelihood. It also protects human rights. We have seen fundamental rights which are there in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. It tries to protect those human rights. Environment is there, because like just now we discussed that environmental protection is expected by directive principles. And lastly, women's rights, they are also supposed to be respected by every citizen as well as by the government. So these are the basic, can say, points which we can cover under the importance of directive principles of state point. Along with that, last point would be criticism, wherein DPSP or directive principles are criticized to some extent. We have seen that it has no legal force. Directive principles are, we can say, it is a kind of advice to the government. They are guidelines to the government. However, it cannot be forcefully implemented. Second argument is that it is illogically arranged. Right? The sequence is not in proper way. It is again conservative in nature. Sometimes it talks about like socialistic ideas or those ideas which looks, you can say, utopian to some extent. However, it may become possible in future. And it may produce conflict between center and state when it comes to making the laws. Who should get the more power? Right? So these are the things. And due to that, the conflict may arise between center and state. So it was the end of this video. Thank you.